Hey everyone, welcome to Stock Traders Club. Today, as part of the analysis series, we're going to talk about the USD N pair, where we want to see if we had an opportunity to trade last week, right? Essentially, in the week 50 of 2023, let's see if we can find a trade for us. Okay, the whole point of this video is about uh, explaining you how I look for trades and how I analyze a price action that has happened in the entire week. Okay, now to look at the week that has just ended, which is the week 50, I want to know in what context has the price moved like that. Right? The context is always presented by the past. Right? So I'm going to look at the previous week, which is week 49, to understand how the price behaved before for me to even start analyzing and making sense of what happened this week. Okay, so let's start briefly with what happened on week 49. And if you see here, this is where it started, which is Monday, and this is where it ended, which is Sunday. And so that's the entire week. And if you see, the week has started on a very small, nice, medium note, and then you see that the price has not done anything, right? It was just moving sideways until Thursday, okay, or until Wednesday, where the Sydney session has essentially started and Tokyo took over and started some sort of a movement which seemed to continue even London session as well. Right? And you see the New York further continuing the same trend. So essentially, you see there's a huge number of sellers who are entered in the market right now. Right? So we had seen clearly a levels here when it was going sideways. Okay, so those are the important levels because price got contained between these levels, and it's Thursday when the price has just dropped, which has been respected by all three sessions, the most important sessions of the day. Asian, London, and New York sessions, all of them are in sync. So it's clear that we have a good sellers at this point. So now the bias, which was neutral all the while because the price was moving sideways, now the bias has shifted towards the negative side, right? So there is a negative sentiment in the market, and people are trying to sell this. Now, as we see the sell move, is briefly paused but continued all the way down before it started reversing here. Okay, so that's an interesting price level. So we'll keep a watch on it. Okay, that level has not been created yet. Okay, but when the price, which in the Asian session tries to go down again, the price immediately reverses back and starts going in the other direction. Okay, this has established another level in the market, which is around these levels. Okay, which is around these levels. It is exactly not that level. Now we have two levels that we know we have to operate under. Okay, so the goal here is to catch the sell move. Okay, so we have negative bias, so obviously we don't go against the trend. We have to go with the trend, and the trend says that it is a bear market. It's in the seller state. Right? Now, as the sellers come, okay, there's a brief pause over here, and that's where there was a level established, and the price returned on the other direction. Okay, and we are looking at how far the price can go before it reverses, right? So as you see, the price keeps continuing all the way until it reaches the level that has been established previously, and then we see that it is reacting to that level for sure. Okay, and started reversing after that. Okay, so as we now look at this one, we are essentially started into this week 50. So until week 59, if you want to summarize, there has been a nice consolidation for the first half of the week. And towards the end of the week, there was a massive seller which took rest for a while, but then we started seeing pullback towards the end of the week. That's where the week ended, right? That's where the week ended, and we did not have any sort of a seller move again. It's still in the pullback phase. Okay. Now, as we entered the new week, which is around these levels, we had nice movement again, the continuation of it, and goes and starts reacting at these levels. Okay. Look at even New York could not do anything to these prices. Okay. That obviously it's a new session, it's a high volume session, but nothing really happened here. It's just reacting to that level. No action has been taken yet. Okay. Now, as you see, towards the end of the New York and further in the next day, we have Tokyo reversing the price continuously all the while. So we see a good reaction from this. So this clearly says that this level is something that we can trust because it has definitely reacted in the direction that we want. Okay. So that's the first hint saying that hey, the price might be ready to turn around and go and continue the sell move that it has started right here. Okay. So we see if the buyers are going to come back because we've seen quite a good number of buyers who have come to the last week and Monday, and we want to see if that continues. So the buyers tries again, goes in the sideways movement, couldn't do anything, and then we see that they further dropped. Okay, which is again towards mid of Wednesday, which is in the New York session, that the bloodbath has continued. And we definitely see that we have reached this level and further moving down and down and down again, almost to the level that is initially reversed the entire price. Okay, and if you see, the price has been moving in the sideways movement until then. Okay, and this kind of establishes another level in the market, which is around these levels. So the one that we had initially suspected is in fact the good level. That's the level actually we should be looking at. Okay, but the thing that you want to notice here is that there has been a positive, negative buyers in the market established in the previous week. This has continued in this week as well. So it's a good buyers, right? So this is what we call it as a trending market. Okay, and there is an opportunity for us to trade here because as we see there was a sellers, we know that we want to sell, and we see that there is a pullback. All we need to understand is how do you understand that the buyers again did not try, therefore they have failed, and here is where we want to move, right? So I would say that since this has been the first clue saying that hey, your hypothesis is right, okay, it's a level that is getting respected, and therefore it is a chance that sellers might come back. So we wait for the buyers to try again, and as soon as they fail, somewhere in these levels, if you can catch the trade. Okay, obviously your stop losses should be somewhere over here because that has been the highest point which has been achieved previously. Okay, there's a high chance that it could go back and hit those highs. That's fine. It's not about being right, it's about catching the trade at every potential opportunity possible. And we are exploring one such opportunity. Therefore, we enter the trade somewhere over here and then take a stop loss here and probably aim a target of at least this. Okay, there's a very high chance. But don't forget to take partial profits at this level as well. It's very important because we've seen it reacting quite strongly at this level. It's a level, right? So when there's a level, respect it, take profits, but always keep room for additional targets, such as this one. Okay, so that would translate to a short position somewhere over here. Let's say we entered there, stop losses over here, and the potential target over here. Okay, so it's a 2.5 hour trade. So there you go. We have one trade last week, and we would have started somewhere in the beginning of Wednesday, which is mid of the week, and you have already exited by Thursday, right? So it's a long trade for sure. You need to have patience, but then that's the result. You enter on Wednesday and get out on Thursday. That's all, right? Unless you have another sort of a movement, I think we are already good for the week, which has actually proved, right? So the price actually, moved sideways once we had reached the target levels. So we don't have any action here as well. So it's a good timing and good exit. Okay. So this is how I look at the context of our current week. So we analyze the previous week briefly and then understand, is that causing what it is happening right now. Okay. So once that is clear, then you can further understand where can I enter the trade. Okay. But remember, you have to go with the trend. So always have that bias. Don't look for long positions in this market because the market says it's negatively biased right now. So don't go against the trend. See if there is an opportunity for you to sell at some point. Okay. Okay, that's all from my side for this week. Let's meet back next week to understand how the prices moved. But keep a close look on what's happening in the price this week. You need not trade, but you always have come every day. Just have at the end of the day see what happened today, right? So let's see what in context of this week that has happened. What is going to happen in the current week? Okay. All right. See you guys. Cheers.